Haggerty's whistle that starts Denmark forward, and there it is. Odom has it at the 11, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, Odom to the 30. And he goes out of bounds as he crossed the 35-yard line. For the Green Bay Packers, David Whitehurst is the quarterback. Middleton and Barty Smith are his running backs. Lofton, Thompson, and McGeorge are the receivers. Stokes, Goforth, McCarron, Jackson, and Cook. Minnesota defensive line, Eller, Sutherland, White, and Marshall. Blair, Seaman, and McNeil are the linebackers. And the deep men are Wright, Bryant, Wise, and Hannon. First down and 10 yards to go at the 36-yard line for the Packers. David Whitehurst is the quarterback. Under Thompson in motion across. Giving to the tailback, Turdell Middleton.
Well, what do you say about Turdell Middleton? What a fantastic year. He only had 97 yards rushing last year. He now ranks third in the NFC, fourth in the league, 637 yards, Lindsey. Moda with a 5-yard average. He's just been super.
He is a second-year man from Memphis State. Second down and 6 yards to go. Middleton on the tail of the tandem, and Barty Smith is the fullback. Give it to the big fullback. Got 2, maybe 3 yards as Jim Marshall was in to make the tackle. Barty Smith weighs 236 for a 5-year veteran from Richmond. Third down and 3 yards to go. Whitehurst retreats. Number 1 right pass on the lead. Andre Thompson incomplete. Covering defensive Phil Wise. The strong safety, and the punting unit's coming on now. First and 10 at the 10. Foreman is in there at a running back. Tarkenton, of course, the quarterback. Chuck Foreman gets the football. He's been troubled with a hyperextended knee for the last 3 weeks. And he is thrown for a loss of a yard back at the 9-yard line. It'll be second down and 11. Tarkenton, Young, and Foreman for the Minnesota Vikings. White, Rashad, and Tucker are the receivers. Offensive line, Myers, Goodham, Tingelhoff, Hamilton starting at that guard, and Yari. Fran Tarkenton back to the goal line. Out left, incomplete. Receiver never saw it.
I don't even see the receiver.
Nor do I. I was looking at a guard who was out in front on his knee. Bob Tucker was the man for whom it was intended.
There's your defense, Mike. Butler, Dave Roller, Barzalauskas, and Ezra Johnson. Johnson, of course, leads the National Football League in sacks, Lindsey, with 14.
Weaver, Hunt, and Anderson are the linebackers for Green Bay. And the deep men are Buchanan, McCoy, Luke, and Gray.
Here's where Minnesota loves to go to their backs. A and B circle. Both backs will circle out of the backfield. That's the key.
Third and 11 for the Minnesota Vikings.
There they go.
And he throws it to his back. Out into the flat, Ricky Young. But he stumbled up there on about the 13-yard line. And John Anderson was the man there defensively. And that will bring the punting unit on, led out by Greg Coleman, who is brand new as they cut Mike Wood and signed on Greg Coleman. Last year with the Cleveland Browns as a rookie. Averaged better than 39 yards per punt.
Greg Coleman punted 10 years as a Viking and averaged 40.8 yards. In his first game as a Viking, he averaged 42.0 yards on 6 punts. His brother was baseball Cardinals speedster Vince Coleman.
Green Bay Packers, and there's a welcome, Paul, on the scoreboard.
Oh, it's good to be back in Minnesota.
First and 10 for the Pack. They have the ball at their own 35-yard line. Andre Thompson in motion across. David Whitehurst has the ball. Barty Smith could not hang on. It's an incomplete pass behind the line on the screen right.
But what I was saying, the biggest thing I think the Packers have done this year is they have recovered 13 fumbles. They've had 17 interceptions, number 1 in the National Football League. And they've only given up the football 16 times. So that's a plus 14 factor, Lindsey.
Draw play here. And it moves the ball. Barty Smith carrying it up to the 43-yard line. Third down and 2 yards to go now for the Green Bay Packers. Middleton cut down. He looked to be just a shade short of the sticks. It's Carl Eller again on the tackle. Bud Grant along the sideline, first and 10 for his Vikings. They held the ball at their own 21-yard line. Fran Tarkenton, the quarterback. Gets it outside, and it's Ahmad Rashad, and he is stopped right near the 30-yard line by Mike McCoy. Chuck Foreman, Ricky Young are the setbacks for the Vikings. Here's Foreman. He's got the first down. Penalty markers thrown.
And that's what they're going to have to do, Lindsey. They're going to have to run the football with that man right there, Chuck Foreman. He's not having anywhere near a typical Chuck Foreman year so far. He only has 296 yards rushing.
Chuck Foreman had a difficult time running the ball in this game. 24 rushes for only 46 yards, but he did chip in with 47 receiving yards. The following week, he ran for 101 yards at Dallas for the final 100-yard rushing game of his career, but he was nearing the end of the line as he did not top 70 rushing yards in any game for the remainder of his splendid career. Let's get back at it.
Second down and 12 yards to go now for Tarkenton.
Green
gets it to Foreman. Lost a yard on the completed screen pass. Back to the 18. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Great job by Mike Hunt, the middle linebacker, the rookie from the University of Minnesota right here. What they'll do is they'll double cover Sammy White to the left side.
Tarkenton up the middle. Sammy White, and Sammy White took it. Penalty marker is thrown. It's intercepted.
That's interference.
Marker is thrown for interference. As you saw, Estes Hood take off with the football, but an interference call as Sammy White moved to the ball.
It was definitely a good call, too, Lindsey. Willie Buchanan, a little bit too anxious. He has to cover White on that turn inside. Estes Hood had him on the inside, came up with the interception, but it was definitely interference.
Here's number 28, first down.
8 minutes, 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There is no score. Coleman. Odom goes out of bounds. He tried to stop but couldn't at the 16-yard line.
Oh, a fine punt by Greg Coleman under heavy pressure.
Metropolitan Stadium, Bloomington, Minnesota. The Vikings and the Green Bay Packers, who have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 16. David Whitehurst brings him up. Barty Smith and Turdell Middleton are his running backs. Andre Thompson in motion across. Middleton got a yard, and that is all. He's stacked up. 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Under overcast skies here in Bloomington, Minnesota. Andre Thompson goes to the right side, and James Lofton, the rookie from Stanford, is split to the left side. Middleton, incomplete forward pass behind the line. It'll bring on the punting unit on 4th down. It's been a kicking game so far. 1st and 10 now for the Vikings. They have the ball in midfield. Fran Tarkenton brings them up in the slot left. Ricky Young in motion outside right. Fran Tarkenton sets up out to Foreman. Ball is spotted at the 45-yard line, so make it 2nd down and 5 yards to go. This is Chuck Foreman. Well, he lost a foot or two.
They haven't been able to run the football, Lindsey, and right there is a very important little stat. Just 42 yards on the ground. You've got to be able to run it.
Estes Hood's in there in nickel defense against the 3rd down, but it's Foreman carrying, and for not very much.
And that's pretty good balance.
Whitehurst. Penalty marker's thrown.
You better throw it.
It is incomplete. Deflected from Andre Thompson up to where it might have been intercepted.
Bobby Bryant had a great shot at an interception, and you will not see Bobby Bryant.
Look at Carl Eller.
Carl Eller is hot down there.
At the official, he certainly is. Carl Eller.
They've had a few problems with officials.
Last week, Foreman, of course, was ejected.
I think it's going to be holding here.
Roughing it. Decline. 2nd down.
Offsetting penalties. They say that Carl Eller roughed the passer here, so that'll offset the holding call right there. It was right in his head, and Carl Eller didn't like that. He said, I was in the action of moving. Right there. I tell you, they're going to take a lot more care of the quarterbacks, let's say, Lindsey, right? I tell you, the quarterbacks have been going down, and these referees are going to call a lot of roughing the passer penalties in the future.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. The ball is at the 25. The CBS Sports Spectacular next Saturday. 1st and 10. Tarkenton is back to throw. And it was taken. Completed pass at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 now.
That's what you call stuffing.
Tarkenton, short drop, out left, and it is completed. On down to the 32-yard line, Rashad.
I tell you, Lindsey, we mentioned that in the first series. Mike McCoy's going to play that deep off Ahmad Rashad. Fran Tarkenton's been around for so long. He's just going to save it till he needs it. Now what he does here is he brings up a second and short situation.
Tarkenton now retreats. And it is complete to Young. And Young goes out of bounds at the 23-yard line. John Anderson bumped him out. In Bloomington, Minnesota, as we start the second quarter. This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Hornung. No score, but the Vikings have the ball 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 18-yard line. Foreman powering it ahead to the 16-yard line. I beg your pardon, it was Ricky Young who carried. Ricky Young and Gary Weaver made the tackle. Tarkenton scrambles now and throws, and it's Foreman. Chuck Foreman's got the ball and touchdown.
Got a touchdown also.
Touchdown for Foreman.
Great play, individual effort by Chuck Foreman that time. Actually, he went to the inside, and when Chuck realized that Tarkenton was really being rushed and forced out of the pocket, he diverted to the outside. Now Chuck Foreman is lined up to the right of Fran Tarkenton, to the left of your screen. There he is, you see him? Now watch him cut to the left side. He finds an open spot, and Tarkenton finds him open. What a catch. Right-handed, one-handed, and he fights to go into the end zone. Buchanan misses him right here. That's Gary Weaver trying to knock him out of bounds, but the great balance of Foreman, touchdown, 16 yards.
Rick Danmeyer will attempt it. Paul Krause is in to do the holding. The veteran who now is a backup safety man for the Vikings is holding. Krause puts it down. Danmeyer boots it up, and it's good. And so, as 9 minutes, 49 seconds left to play in the first half. David Whitehurst calling signals for Green Bay. Turdell Middleton, third leading rusher in the National Football Conference, stopped by Matt Blair at the 31-yard line after he gained 6. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Green Bay's ball at the Minnesota 31. Marty Smith and Turdell Middleton are the running backs. Turdell Middleton got the first down, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, down to the 3-yard line.
Pretty good move, huh? Turdell Middleton, his second-year man out of Memphis State, made a couple of good moves. Good blocking up front, and Middleton did the rest. Out deep back out of the eye. He's got Darrell Goforth pulling. He makes a good block. Middleton goes outside. Blair can't get him. Now watch this move right here. That's 58. Hilgenberg, he can't get him. He beat the safety man back to the inside. 28 yards, and it's 1st and goal.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. Turdell Middleton's in the left side. Marty Smith's in the right side for David Whitehurst. This is Middleton. Touchdown! Turdell Middleton for Green Bay. From 3 yards out.
I tell you, Lindsey, great individual effort 2 times in a row. Turdell Middleton gets his 8th touchdown rushing this year. Watch this move. Turdell Middleton is caught behind the line of scrimmage here. It could have been about a 2-yard loss. That's Tom Hannon, number 45. He cannot hold on. Another angle. Mike McCoy gets caught to the inside. He can't hold on. He beats Hannon and goes back to the inside of Hilgenberg. He should have been caught for a loss. Just great effort. Turdell Middleton for his 8th touchdown of the year.
Bobby Douglas holding for just to Marco. Douglas puts it down. Marco boots it up, and it's good. And the score is tied. With 8 minutes, 19 seconds remaining to be played in the first half, the score is tied. The Green Bay Packers 7 and the Minnesota Vikings 7.
In 1978, Turdell Middleton rushed for 1,116 yards, which was 6th best in the NFL. He made the Pro Bowl, but it was all downhill after that as he rushed for a total of 835 yards over the remaining 5 years of his NFL career.
Dropping back is Tarkenton. And it's catch made at the 33-yard line.
Sammy
White. Tarkenton dropping back now. Throws it complete to Young, and Young goes out of bounds. Tarkenton complete to Foreman at the 50-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. They have the ball at the 50-yard line. The score is tied 7-7, 2 minutes to play in the first half. And Tarkenton. He is elusive. Incomplete.
You probably said something. You better keep your mouth shut today when you're talking to the referees and the officials, because you get a little bit hot, they'll throw you right out.
1st and 10 off the Vikings at the 35. Fran Tarkenton. And it's complete. Ricky Young. Pulled down by John Anderson at the 25-yard line. Rashad goes out to a wide right. Sammy White to a wide left. Foreman, no gain. Stacked up. You see Anderson, number 60 there. 1 minute, 33 seconds left to play in the half.
That's a little rollout, little flip.
And looking, and Foreman has it. And his progress will be marked for the first down at the 24-yard line. Sammy White goes to a wide right, Rashad to a wide left. Tarkenton. Rashad. Foreman got the first down and yards to spare all the way to the 4-yard line. Chuck Foreman, 1st and goal at the 4. 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Rashad. Rashad, touchdown.
The Vikings offense was all Fran Tarkenton. The Vikings only rushed for 60 yards on 32 carries, while Tarkenton completed 26 of 43 passes for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns for a 101.3 quarterback rating. Compare that rating to the 1978 NFL passer rating leader Roger Staubach's 84.9, and we can see how highly effective that Fran Tarkenton's short to medium passing game was.
And he has become the first player ever to pass for 45,000 yards. Dan Meyer's kick is good.
1975. One controversial play decides both a game and a playoff berth. The St. Louis Cardinals are in. You saw it on CBS Sports. Next Sunday on CBS Sports, Bud Wilkinson's St. Louis Cardinals collide with the Philadelphia Eagles. The New York Giants go south to tackle New Orleans. San Francisco squares off against Washington. Detroit bumps heads with Chicago. And Tampa Bay clashes with Green Bay. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Folks, the Greek is suffering. He gave me San Diego today, but finally they got back on the board right now. It's 31-14, Detroit over San Diego. We want to take a look at Robert Newhouse, station WBBM in Chicago, where Johnny Morris works, was watching the Monday night game between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. And they may have picked up something with regard to Robert Newhouse, 44. See the mouthpiece dangling down? I know it's very tough to see it. We're going to show you another shot. Every time the mouthpiece was dangling down, Staubach went to a passing play. Now this time he's going to come in motion right towards you. The mouthpiece dangling down. On running plays, the mouthpiece was inside the mouth. Now, Irv Cross, could the Skins have been reading that night?
No question, Brent. If he did that consistently, it would be a valid key. Players have all sorts of peculiar habits, whether they get down on a certain stance to dictate whether they run or go out as a pass receiver, and it would be a valid key for the Redskin defense.
Then, against St. Louis, you'll watch Newhouse here when he gets back up, and they even changed the style of the mouthpiece. He couldn't let this one dangle at all. Tom Landry was not giving away anything. And, of course, this afternoon, the Dallas Cowboys lead the Philadelphia Eagles by a couple of touchdowns.
Here is the conversation between
With
Paul
me is
Hornung and Tom
the
Kramer.
fine young quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. And Tommy, last week you were the recipient of a slam dunk tackle by Jimmy Youngblood. How do you feel? You look great.
Well, I feel a lot better than I felt a couple days ago. I was having trouble remembering things, and I was getting tired all the time. But, you know, it's just one of the things that happens in football. You hit your head on the ground, you get knocked out, and, you know, I just have to go on from there.
You know, Tommy, there's been a lot of rumor the last couple of years that maybe in the National Football League we should have special rules governing the quarterback. Do you agree with that?
Well, it would be nice. You know, I'd love to see it, but it's kind of hard, especially, you know, your football is such a ferocious game, and everybody is, you know, everybody the quarterback is the object of everybody coming in at him, and it's just hard to be able to really protect him without taking away from the game.
And you're standing back there at the mercy of those, really at the mercy of your offensive linemen. If they miss the block and you get blindsided, it could get serious.
Yeah, it's you're standing back there. There's nothing you can do, and even when they're coming in, you still have the ball, and there's something you can do. If your receiver's open, you have to throw them the ball, and that's what you're paid to do. And it's it's a tough thing, but that's a part of being a quarterback.
Tommy Kramer, he'll be back in a couple of weeks with the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
It does at that.
I think the difference this ball game has been just the great ability of Fran Tarkenton. He's only been sacked once, and that led to the Green Bay Packer touchdown. But he's 18 out of 28 for 160 yards, Lindsey, and he'll just pick you apart if you let him.
But isn't 28 times an awful lot to put the ball in the air in one half?
It sure is, and I think that's been the problem for the Minnesota Vikings this year. They haven't really been able to sustain the running attack. Foreman is not having an average Chuck Foreman year, which is usually super, and they have to rely too much on the pass. You start putting the football up 40, 45 times, you're going to beat some people, but you're not going to be consistent, and they're not as consistent as they were.
Just DeMarco will kick it off. Well, they try an onside kick right here at the start of the second half.
The Packers got it.
Is on, and the Green Bay Packers got the ball. The Green Bay Packers executed an onside kick starting the second half, and they have it at the 46-yard line. And it is David Whitehurst bringing him up. Whitehurst is the quarterback. Now Middleton, and he is across the 45 to the 44-yard line.
Carpenter, a lot of
Artie Smith, he's got the first down to the 40. A big fellow rambles on to the 37-yard line. Nate Wright upset him there.
Safety blitz.
Cordell Middleton. Oh, boy, was he ever popped. It was Tom Hannon.
Good tackle. Second-year veteran from Michigan State. Free safety. Puts a real good tackle here. Here's Whitehurst. He sees the blitz and very coolly throws it out to the flat. Now that's what a good quarterback will do. Release to these backs on a blitz. But boy, Hannon had the back covered all the way.
They spread him out now. Lone setback. And it's complete to Marty Smith. He is at the 35-yard line. They picked up about 10, but it's still 7 yards short. Matt Blair made the tackle. Fourth down. 7-yard line as Fran Tarkenton brings them up. Right in motion back toward the inside. Leave it on the ground. Ricky Young carried and got it out there just short of the 15-yard line. Bud Wilkinson still looking for his first win in the NFL. Tarkenton throws it out there to Ricky Young. Struggling trying to get to the sticks. He didn't get there. The penalty marker went up.
Maybe a little too aggressive right here.
This game was marred by penalties. Each team was flagged 10 times for a two-team total of 205 yards.
Green Bay 15 big ones.
It is. Penalty against the Green Bay Packers makes it first and 10 at the 35. Let's listen to Pat Haggerty.
Unnecessary roughness, number 46, defense.
Steve Luke.
First down.
Or 46, Steve Luke. There he goes down. Now right there. Steve Luke on a little shoulder pop. Good call.
Foreman. Fran Tarkenton still quarterbacking.
They might blitz him. They did in the first half. Now he's going back.
Foreman. Moves it up to the 30. They have it at their own 15-yard line. 9.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Andre Thompson in motion across. Middleton carrying, and it's out to the 18-yard line. He picked up 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Jeff Seaman made the stop for Minnesota. 2nd down, 7 yards to go here. Whitehurst sets it up and pumps it to the outside. Lofton's got it. Got both feet in as he went out at the 30-yard line.
Future Hall of Famer James Lofton caught 4 passes for 38 yards. He was a rookie in 1978 and made the Pro Bowl for the first of 8 times.
Full pivot and a screen right to Lofton. But Hilgenberg is hanging on. And Matt Blair is there.
Good play by Matt Blair that time, because James Lofton, if he gets by that first wave of linebackers, this kid can run with the football. He's very dangerous.
Vikings are leading 14-7. Lofton goes to a wide right. Andre Thompson to a wide left. Running backs are well split now for David Whitehurst. Andre Thompson in motion across. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Marty Smith. Penalty markers thrown.
First down.
Tom Hannon.
It's Tom Hannum, the free safety. When I watch Whitehurst, he's got his fullback picked out on a little streak right there over his back.
Whitehurst. Never had a chance. Matt Blair at the 32-yard line.
Doug Sutherland from the
Sutherland,
inside lines. At 59 and 69. Here's Doug Sutherland right to the left of your screen. Outside move. You see Carl Eller come to the inside. Sutherland takes the outside route. Nobody picked him up.
Whitehurst. Got only to the 41-yard line. First and 10 at the 19-yard line for the Minnesota Vikings. Foreman is carrying. He's at the 21-yard line for a gain of 2. It's going to be second. Targeted, angling, and looking. And throwing on the run. And a diving catch. Just short of the 30-yard line.
It is a first down and a big one. Bud Grant on the sidelines. You might not believe it, folks, but he's very happy about that one. Here's Tarkenton rolling out right, rolling out again away from the left side where Johnson is. Tarkenton right here on a little hook pattern. Sammy White comes back, makes a good catch.
Right shot.
They're double teaming Sammy White a lot, so that leaves Rashad most of the time on man-to-man.
Diving catch at the 25-yard line. It was Bob Tucker in the juggling act, and a diving catch at the 25-yard line.
Oh, a great catch and also a great pitch. Watch Tarkenton really have to get rid of this football in a hurry. That's Gary Weaver right there. Now watch his catch. Johnny Gray gets a piece of the football. It hits Tucker's hands. It's up. Tucker, great concentration, kept his eye on the football for a great catch. He's 5 for 5 inside the 40-yard line this year, and this ball will be placed about to 25, making it what, 35-yard field goal?
35-yard field goal attempt with Krause holding.
The rookie from Sioux Falls has been outstanding, 9 out of 12 in the field goal department.
No good. It's wide to the left side, no good. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They are trailing by 7 points, 11 minutes, 50 seconds to play. David Whitehurst is the quarterback. They're down Middleton. Whitehurst. And he's dropped. James White got to him. Lofton to the right. Whitehurst. Well, the ball is loose.
And Eller's got it.
Minnesota Vikings, Carl Eller. Tarkenton, short drop. And it is completed out to the 39-yard line. Taken by Sammy White. Tarkenton. Having catch made at the 30-yard line. Penalty markers are down.
I tell you, Mike McCoy's side over here, they did have him covered in and out, but it was just a good catch and a good pattern.
Sammy White pulled it in.
Personal fouls
against the Packers.
Going to be 15 more, Linz.
Sammy White goes out to a wide right. Rashad to a wide left. Targeted. Rashad, touchdown. Rashad for the touchdown.
That's his second touchdown pass of the day. And folks, I hate to keep bringing it up, but they're just killing Mike McCoy on the left side. You get him in a man-to-man situation, the veteran Fran Tarkenton. They're hitting him on the inside now, on the outside, and they set him up in the first quarter with two or three sideline patterns for first down. And since then, they've been almost doing anything they want. Right here's a post pattern, Tarkenton, and a beautiful catch by Ahmad Rashad for his second touchdown reception of the afternoon.
Rick Danmar attempts the conversion. Paul Krause puts the ball down. Danmar boots it up, and it's good. And as they come back up the field, the score is the Minnesota Vikings 21, the Green Bay Packers 7.
This is the final score of the game. Please click the like button, and as always, thank you for watching.